What's up, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another episode. My name is Andrew Noble and you are watching Hot Wheels Dad. If you clicked on this video, you are most likely following my 1965 Ford Fairlane 500 Sport Coupe build, and this is what we have going on here. In the last clip, you guys saw that the car died after replacing the fuel tank. It ran for a few minutes and then the car died. It's time to find out what the culprit was for that. So I have been running a little bit of diagnostics on the car. I went to Harbor Freight and picked up a $6 hand pump, and I've been trying to figure out what is going on with the fuel lines. I originally thought it was the hard lines. I thought, okay, maybe I didn't flush the lines enough and there's probably still a little clog in there. However, with a little bit of diagnostics, I've come to find out that it probably isn't that. So let me show you guys real quick what we have going on. So first I want to show you guys this hand pump. So I went and bought this hand pump at Harbor Freight. It has an in and it has an out here. So basically you can use it in multiple different ways to figure out what's going on. And I'll show you what I first did in order to see if I could get fuel into the fuel lines, because originally I didn't think there was any fuel getting in there. But let me show you what I did to get fuel into the fuel lines and then let you kind of know where I'm at as of right now. So in the last video you guys saw that this is the fuel pump here and the fuel filter, and here are the lines that come in and out of that fuel pump. Here is the actual hard line that runs back all the way to the back of the car to the fuel tank. So the car was starving for gas. It basically ran out of gas, and we tried turning it over a few times. We tried going to the carburetor and we put gasoline in the carburetor. We got it to turn over, so we knew it wasn't like a fuel pump or it wasn't an issue with it actually getting the gas. We had to determine where it was coming from. So basically we unhooked the lines. I ran a rubber line from here to a gas can and the car turned over. Basically what we determined was no gas was coming from the back of the car all the way to the front of the car, so there was no gas in these lines here. I opened up this line here and it was dry, so there's no gas in here. So what I did was I went and I got that hand pump and I hooked the in tube to here, and then I started pumping away to see if maybe I could pump some gasoline into a gas can, and it just kept sucking and sucking, and basically you could feel it getting tougher and tougher and it wasn't pulling anything out. So I thought, okay, there might still be a clog in this line here somewhere and it's not allowing the gas to come up and out from the back to the front. So in a way that kind of eased my mind, the fact that, okay, I can order some hard lines and just replace fuel lines and it'll go from there. So I went online and I ordered some lines. They were only like 80 bucks. The stainless steel ones are a little bit more expensive. I think they were like 100, so I paid the $100 for the stainless steel. But I came back here to the back of the car. Originally, I hooked the pump to this line to see if I can flush anything forward. So I hooked the out to here, and then I ran the in to this bucket here, and I put some gas in here. So basically what it would do, it would be pumping from here through the pump into this line here and then out the front. And guess what happened, you guys? Gas came out the front. I was sitting here pumping away and gasoline came out of the front of the line up there. So there is not a clog in these hard lines, which, okay, yeah, I already spent the 80 bucks. I might replace them anyway. However, if I can get these to work, all the better, because then I can start driving the car around, get the car to paint, you know, and do more things with the car. Once it's running, it's, you know, it'll be more easier to get things done. So the last thing that I did, and where I'm at right now, and unfortunately I have a feeling I'm gonna have to drop this tank again. So I took this pump and I hooked it to the gas tank. I hooked it out to the gas tank here. You can see here it's hooked to this pump, and then I put the other end into this bucket. So in theory what I was planning on doing is pumping gas out from the gas tank into this bucket with the hand pump. And guess what? It is not working. It's basically just pressurizing itself and just putting a lot of pressure inside of this tank and inside of these lines, and it's not actually pumping out of this gas tank. Basically, I've isolated the fact that the gas is not coming from here. It's not getting into the lines, getting into the front, going to the carburetor. It's not exiting out this gas tank. So as you guys can see here, in theory, since the fact that this line is running from the gas tank into this pump and then into here, in theory, it should be pumping gasoline out of that tank, and all it's doing is just pressurizing itself, and it's not actually pumping anything. You can see how hard it is to actually pump. and it's not actually pumping anything, it's just pressurizing itself. So no gasoline is actually exiting this tank. So that's where we're at the moment. I'm gonna go ahead and drop the fuel tank. I'm waiting for Andrew, Slow BRZ, to come over. He's gonna help me out because as you guys saw in the last video, I actually did already put gasoline in the car. So there's like 8 gallons of gasoline in that tank already. So I'm gonna need 2 sets of hands to help me drop that gas tank. It might be the sending unit, I don't know, but for some reason there is no gas coming from the tank out into the fuel line. So we're gonna go ahead and try and diagnose that once he gets here, and we'll get you guys that update on what's going on. Welcome back to the channel, Andrew.
Oh, what's up? What's up?
What's up? All right, so I had Andrew come over to help me out. As I was explaining earlier, we pulled the gas tank out, and here's what we found. So we pulled the sending unit back out, which we already actually put it back in, but here's the old one. What we found was, indeed, it was not pumping gas from the tank into this bucket here. We found that this filter on the new sending unit was pushed too far up to the front, and it was blocking the end of the fuel line. So no gas was getting into this filter at all. What we did was we moved the filter up a little bit, put it back in, we tested it with this pump, and guess what happened?
It works, it pumps through.
It worked, it pumps some gas through. So the goal is to get this car started today, guys. I really have a huge feeling. What do you think, Andrew? I think
90% certain, 99% certain that we're gonna get it done today.
I think we're gonna get the car started today, guys. So we're gonna get this fuel tank back up into the car, and we'll try and get it started. Moment of truth. We have everything all tightened up. We have all the lines and everything hooked up. We're gonna try and get her started. We got some gas we're gonna pour into the carburetor. Cross your fingers.
Yep.
All right, here we go. Come on, baby.
Yeah, just keep it like right there.
She started. We got her to start. What do you think? We got her to start.
Let's see if it stays on.
See if it stays on. Now we just got to keep her on. We got to keep her on. Keep her idling. Andrew's checking for leaks to make sure there's no leaks. But if we can keep her on, baby, that means there's fuel coming from the fuel tank to the carburetor. We are good. Man.
All right, everything's good.
Everything's good. No leaks. Nothing in the back.
Nothing.
Okay. Keep it on for a few minutes. Fuel gauge is at a quarter tank.
Oh, that's right. We didn't put that much in.
We didn't put that much. Which, if we can get it to idle, I'm gonna pour the rest of that in. It's idling on its own. She's alive! She's alive! Idling on its own, baby. I don't want to get my hopes up too much, but you know what? It's a success from the other day for sure. The other day we were a little frustrated going through everything, but man. She's idling. She is idling. All right, we're gonna try and put it in reverse to see what happens.
All right, now put it back in the park.
A little bit, huh? In reverse. It sounds okay, but it does sound a little high when it's idling. I feel like maybe we can adjust the carburetor a little bit. Move down a little bit.
It's now softer.
Yeah, I should take her out for a spin around the block and see.
Before we turn off.
Before I turn it off?
Yeah.
Here's the moment of truth. I'm gonna go take it around the block real quick. I have my phone just in case. She's running, baby. She is running. And she does sound better than when she was on that temporary fuel tank. It does sound a little bit better. It has a better idle. It feels a little bit better. I feel like it's getting more fuel. The fuel line is bigger than it was when it was on that temporary line, so I think we're good. Let's go take it around the block real quick. Feels good. We're at operating temperature. I'll call you if I need you.
Alrighty.
She feels good. She feels good, and you know what? I am not that worried about coming to a stop and her dying, because I feel the idle is much better than what it was before. Oh yeah, she feels good. Baby, she feels good. Oh man, those were a rough couple of days, you guys. But you know what? It is that much more rewarding when you get it to work on your own instead of, you know, taking it to a shop. And much props to Andrew for brainstorming with me and coming over and helping me. Thank you, man. I appreciate it so much. She's back on the road again, you guys. She's back on the road. They're having fun inside the Ford Fairlane. Aria, what you doing in there, baby girl? Not just yet. Look at how much fun you're having. You like Daddy's new car? We got the Ford Fairlane all nice and clean. We got a little detail on the inside here, vacuum. Got all that old dirt from years ago out of here. I found a receipt in here from 1991. Most of the receipts were like 2004 to 2010, but I did find one in here for 1991, Ontario Airport. Cleaned the outside a little bit too, wiped it down. That baby blue looks so good. What's up, Mia? Just chilling with us too? You having a good time? Huh? Yeah? Yeah, look at that. Probably my favorite angle of this car. That's gotta be right there. She's looking good though. We're going to the car show tomorrow morning. We're taking her out to Cars and Coffee. Again, this week should be pretty cool. Well, the day started out good. All right, you guys, I want to thank you for tuning into this episode of Hot Wheels Dad. If you like this build I have going on here with the 1965 Ford Fairlane, please give it a big thumbs up. And if you want to follow the build, subscribe to the channel so you can see everything that I'm going to be doing with this car. As you guys saw in the last clip, I'm having another little issue with it. What it looks like is the gasket in the carburetor has a leak in it, so I'm going to have to pull that off and see what's going on. So stick around and see what's up with that. I got the car to start today. It started and ran for a little bit, but that day when I had it out at Cars and Coffee, it died on me and it would not start. I think it was maybe flooded a little bit too. So once it sat a little bit, it actually did start. So we're gonna have to figure it out. We're gonna have to see what's going on with it. And you know what? With owning an old car, it's just all about having fun with it and enjoying the good and the bad. You're gonna have the good times and you're gonna have the bad times. Check out my social pages, Hot Wheels Dad, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. Always remember, you are the maker of your own story. So don't forget to make it legendary. Catch you guys in the next one. Peace.